everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm back again to share a project with you. We're using a few new items that just arrived at the Spellbinders shop. It's part of their Toolbox Essentials collection. This collection is by Nancy Stamps, and I think you're going to love it. If you're a DIYer, I know I am in my house. I love keeping busy. I mean, I'll do floors. I just retiled my bathroom floor, and then my house is pretty old, so it needs a little bit of modernizing. Although I did in my kitchen create the board batten walls, and that was pretty easy to do. But I'm a DIYer. But this is great for masculine or us DIYers. This die set here is called All the Tools, and it has probably every tool you can imagine. I'm not going to name them because I'll probably say them wrong, but perfect for home improvement projects or DIYers, painting tools. There's wrenches, hammers, I know those. But I love this because there is the layers that you die cut out with the silver cardstock if you want, or you can use gray, but then the detail pieces are separate. You don't have to trim with your scissors. You can there's a die to cut this handle out and a die to cut that paint sponge out. So neat. The ruler is actually two pieces too, so you just layer them together to create that. So I love that effect. Now there's also a new stamp and die set. This is called A Cut Above the Rest Sentiments, and I love that it creates like a wood grain impression on your label here, and then you have this label, and they layer together beautifully or are great on their own. A lot of fun sentiments that go really good with this die set. So we're going to use both of these in our project today, and the cardstock we're going to create can be great for anyone, I think, boy or girl. So let's grab some cardstock and make some tools. I have these 4 pattern papers. I have the silver mirror cardstock, and then I also have a piece of white felt. I thought we would add a little bit of texture in a fun way on our card today, so that's what we're going to do with the felt. We're die cutting felt. Now the colors that I chose were intentional. I had previously, months and months ago, created a card where I had created a background using the same color palette, and I'm going to use that same background. I didn't want to waste it, so I thought we would make some tools with this color scheme. And I'll you're probably going, what is she talking about? But I'll show you that in a minute. So let's start by doing a little bit of die cutting. Silver mirror cardstock. Spellbinders sells this in packs of 10, and if you guys haven't tried it, it die cuts so lovely, and it is double-sided. Actually, I have 2 pieces here, but it's really nice and it die cuts lovely. So I'm gonna take the saw. Here's the saw, the base of the saw. We'll die cut that out, and then you have the saw handle. I'm going to cut that out with timber. All of the cardstock that I'm using is Spellbinders Color Essential Cardstocks. So when I say the name, it's the Color of Essential Cardstock. So this is timber. I'm going to die cut out the handle with that, and then I'm going to die cut out the second layer of the handle with my Portabella. Okay. Next, I really thought this was so cute. The roly thing that you do painting with. I'm going to take this and die cut that out with the silver mirror. And then that has, this is the little fluffy piece that you dip in the paint. The fluffy roller. I'm going to die cut this out, even though there's lots of texture in here, which is fabulous. I'm going to die cut this out with my white felt, just to give it a realistic kind of a feel. And then, let's see, we have the wrench. I know the name of that. The wrench is 1 piece, and then there's a detail piece for this also. I'm going to get that detail piece and cut that out with my Peridot. This is Peridot. Going back to my paint roller, there is a handle for that, and let me find it. Here we go. Here's the handle. I'm going to cut that out with my, look at all the detail in there. So you can have lots of detail in your cardstock I'm going to die cut this out with my Peridot cardstock. Let's see. We'll do the hammer. We have the hammer. I'll die cut that out with my silver mirror. And then we have the hammer handle. Now this, we'll cut out 2 pieces, if I can find it. Here we go. So that little oval that's in here, it'll cut out also. So I'm going to die cut this out twice. So I have the outside piece with my timber cardstock, and then I'll die cut it out again with my, what color is that? I don't think that's Waterfall. I think that is, let me see. Oh, I guess it is. That's Waterfall cardstock. So we'll die cut this out twice. And I want 5 tools in total. We have the hammer, we have the paint, we have the saw, the wrench, and I thought this is a, or is that a wrench? What's this? This is a wrench. This is a something or other. I thought that was so cool because that little inside piece, you know how on a real one you twist it to close it? That's separate in here. So it just looks so realistic. I just love that. But we're going to wrench and a wrench? Maybe? You guys will probably let me know down in the description area. But we're going to do let's do a ruler. I'm going to die cut out the ruler with our Waterfall, and you see how the ruler has the base piece. I'll die cut that out with my timber cardstock. So 5 tools in total, and then for my background, since we're die cutting, I'm going to take my label here. I'm hoping I can fit it on here. And I'll die cut that out, and I'm going to insert that wood grain pattern. What's nice is if you don't want the wood grain pattern, you don't have to use it. But I like that texture. I'll die cut that out, and then with the other, we're going to do a little layering with the label. I'll take this label and die cut this out. We'll do it with the Peridot. So I have some die cutting to do, and when I'm all done, let's put together some tools. I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and did all my die cutting, and this was that panel I was talking about. I had created a card using these same colors, and this was an extra panel that I had created, but I'm going to use this. Usually I have a scrap bin. I'm going to go ahead and take this panel and add this to the front of my card base, just using my tape runner. Okay, so I have my panel adhered. That was easy. And you know what? These are just, let me get my ruler here. These are 1 1¼ inch strips of Peridot, Waterfall. This is not Portabella. This is actually Dune. And then this is timber cardstock. This one here that I die cut out was with Portabella. Slightly, just a little bit darker. Okay, now let's create some tools. To do that, I want to zoom in. And I just love how everything is separate. First, whenever you do glue on the silver mirror cardstock, it does take a little time to dry. And so I'm going to use my tape runner. And since this is has the tape, I'm going to bring my regular tape runner in, my dot liner, because you can't see it. And it'll work perfectly, and I don't have to worry about it drying. First, for my saw, are you ready? I'm just going to add a little adhesive. So I flipped it around, and on the bottom, where those holes are, I'm going to add that. I mean, that looks cute on its own. I have a tendency to hold it up, but I think it gets blurry when I hold it up to the camera. I'm going to try not to do that. But doesn't that look so fun? It looks like a real saw. I just love that. Now I'm going to take my detail layer, add some adhesive behind here. And this fits perfectly here around the handle. There's debossed texture on these, so you know exactly where to put it. And then there is your saw. That's the reverse side. On the reverse side with the mirror cardstock, you could really see how bad my cutting plates are. Time to change them. So that is our saw. Next we'll create our hammer. Isn't it so nice? Everything is separate. And I'm going to show you do you see the debossed, I don't want to lift it up again, but do you see the debossed detail? It tells you exactly where to put it. I'll just line that up. And then we'll go ahead and add our next detail layer. To do this, I remember I had to cut out 2 different handles. So our hammer's all done. So fun. Wrench is very easy. I'm just going to add some adhesive on the reverse side, and then we'll put this inside our wrench or our ratchet or something or other. I've actually never used that, so that's not in my toolkit. This one is, and I know what that is, but not that. Okay, I know it's for bolts. That's about it. Okay, now I'm going to take a ruler, flip this around. I'm going to add some adhesive. This can double as a comb. I'm just teasing. It's really cute. I love this. I mean, how neat is that? I just think that's so neat. Okay, now we're going to create our little paint roller. I'm going to add some adhesive on the reverse side of my handle. We'll add this. And then I cut out my little foamy thingy. I'm going to use my scissors and trim this real fast. I'm going to add some adhesive over here, and we'll add our little foam roller right on the top. It's just little things like that. Oh, I held it up again. See how when I want to hold it up to show you, it just gets blurry. But isn't that so cute? I just think that's adorable. Okay, so our tools are all done. I just think they look lovely. And sky is the limit. You can put your husband's favorite color or your son's favorite color. I just think that's super neat. Okay, so tools are done. We're going to put these to the side, and then we're going to work on our label here for our sentiment. I love wood grain anything. I'm going to take this, and you know what? I'm going to take the label and take a piece of Spellbinders pop-up foam sheets, and I'm going to cut that out. So I have my foam. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so it doesn't get blurry on you. I thought the sentiment that says you came, you sawed, like sawed, you fixed, thanks for all you do. I just love that. Or look how cute, thanks for building me up. I just love this. But I thought we would use this on our label. Wonderful. So there's our sentiment. Now I love texture on my cards, so I went through my stash and I found some brads, and I thought we would add a couple of brads. I'm going to punch a hole here, and then I'll punch a hole here. I don't know if Amazon has that. If it does, I'll link it, but it's a pretty handy tool. Some of my craft supplies are very, very old. But old is still good, right? I'm going to go ahead and take my brads. The brads are probably really old too. The brads are probably older than anything. I'm going to add my metal brads. What is fun is they have brads that are shaped like little screws. I thought that was so cute. I don't have any of those. I need to put that in my stash. But that would be cute here on the ends too. So I added those. I'm going to add some adhesive behind here. We'll tack this down to the foam. And then I'm going to add some adhesive on here. And we'll tack this label on our wood grain. So we made a little plaque. It's cute. Okay, let's take our card base. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take and arrange my tools the way I want them. I want them all down the middle here. And I'm trying to make it so the colors aren't the same. Like the green over here is my green handles over here. Let's see if we can make that happen. And I think that looks nice. I think that looks fun. Now I'm going to take my plaque that we created. I'm going to add some adhesive behind it. And I'm going to place this right over my tools. Kind of centering it. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up my tools like so, and then I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to add some foam tape behind here. Okay, I went ahead and put foam tape behind here. And I put some behind the tools too. That way everything's nice and even. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of vellum. I'm going to put my vellum right in the center of my panel here. I want my tools to really stand out. So I'm just going to add some adhesive right down the middle. I'm going to add my vellum. And then we'll add our tools right in the center. I just think that's so cute. I just love that. And I'm not going to add any bells and whistles. I think the textures are there, and I think this would be great for any DIYer. I hope you get a chance to check out the brand new release. It's called Toolbox Essentials, and I'll list everything that I use down below. I wish you a fabulous weekend. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I say that every time, but I really mean it. I appreciate all of you, and I read all your comments. I haven't said this in a while, but I do read them all, and sometimes life gets busy and I don't get to respond like I want to. And a little update on my mom. My mom is not mobile anymore. She's not able to walk. And I actually had my daughter. I have an 18-year-old daughter who is in California now. She's staying with my mom 24/7. I kind of miss her. I miss my mom. But that's a little update with my family situation. In case you guys are new, my mom was diagnosed with an end-stage cancer back in, I believe, around September, October, and her health is just rapidly declining, and so we've been dealing with that family situation. But anyway, I don't want to leave you on a sad note. I want you to have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you get a chance to check this collection out. I just want to keep you updated, but a lot of but-ums. Sorry about that. Have a great day. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.